I want to welcome you to the Ask Jeff YouTube channel. Here's today's question. Is it possible for a Christian to mess up God's perfect will for their life? Now, again, I think we need to draw the obvious statement that we're not talking about a sinful decision versus a righteous decision. We're talking about within the realm of righteous. In other words, the quote, perfect will of God. And I hear that statement, the perfect job, the perfect spouse, the perfect this, the perfect that. Let me remind us of Romans chapter 12, verse 2. Talks about us presenting ourselves as a living sacrifice to the Lord, which is the perfect, acceptable, and good will of God. I think one of the things that we need to do is categorize that when it comes to being in the will of God, there's that which is acceptable, there's that which is good, and there's that which is perfect. And none of those things are sinful. None of those things are contrary to the will of God. It's just, again, I think we want to be in the, quote, perfect will of God. That's what you and I should desire. So when it comes to our spouse, when it comes to our job, understand, I'll just use the marriage example because it's an obvious one. The Bible makes it clear that a believer is not to be unyoked or yoked with an unbeliever. So therefore, marrying a believer would be the acceptable will of God. May not be good or perfect, but it's acceptable. Marrying a non-believer would be unacceptable. So you're already in the realm of that righteous side. Now, here's what I want to caution us against. This whole idea that somehow, some way, the grass is greener on the other side. We find ourselves in a job, we find ourselves in a marriage where we look back and go, well, I'm probably in the acceptable will, but I want to be in the perfect will. Well, there's nowhere in Scripture that would even condone us, quote, leaving an acceptable, godly marriage to try to find a perfect one. No. I believe the Lord meets us where we are, and He can turn, He can turn that which is acceptable into perfect as we follow Him and as we obey Him. So again, remember, acceptable, good, and perfect are all, shall we say, gradations of being on the right side of the equation. Yes, there is the perfect will of God, and we should seek that out. The most important thing is that we're on the right side. Great question. If you have one, send it to AskJeff.net. Maybe your question will be tomorrow's. Thanks for being a part of today's daily question. Now, we answer a question each and every day. Please feel free to submit a new question at AskJeff.net. We may not have gotten to yours today, but we eventually will continue to be a part of this. Subscribe so you don't miss out on a question every day.